Right. Listen up. There's a version of NASCAR's next 3 years that nobody in the mainstream media wants to talk about, and it starts with the greatest athlete who ever lived, quietly circling one bloke from Auckland. Michael Jordan, 6 NBA rings, a billionaire, a man who does not lose, and right now that man has a problem. His race team, 23XY Racing, just went to war with NASCAR itself in a federal courtroom and won stability, but not everything. And here's the kicker, mate, to turn 23XY from a good team into an absolute dynasty. Jordan needs exactly one thing he doesn't have: a road course assassin. There's only one of those on the planet right now, and his name is Shane van Gisbergen. Now, here's the open loop I want you to hang on to for the next 8 minutes because it changes everything. SVG signed a deal that keeps him at Trackhouse Racing through at least 2027. Note that phrase, at least. That little gap that's the crack in the door. And 2027 is the year this entire Cold War comes to a head. So the question isn't whether Jordan wants him, it's what happens when the contract clock hits zero. Let's decode it. Let's get you up to speed on why Jordan is even in this position. In December 2025, after 9 days of trial, 23X1 Racing and Front Row Motorsports settled their massive antitrust fight with NASCAR. They got their charters back. They got a form of evergreen charter security. Jordan himself said the whole thing was about progress and building equity for the future. Translation, mate, Jordan didn't fight that war to finish mid-pack. He fought it to build something that lasts, a dynasty. But here's the problem with modern NASCAR. You cannot win a championship anymore by being fast on ovals alone. The schedule is loaded with road courses and street circuits: Chicago, Sonoma, Watkins Glen, the Charlotte Roval, Mexico City. And on those tracks, one man makes everyone else look like they're driving to the shops. Look at the numbers because they're genuinely absurd. In his 2025 Rookie Cup season, SVG won 5 of 6 road and street course races. He became the winningest active Cup Series driver on road and street courses. He's tied all time with legends like Kyle Busch and Jeff Gordon for road course wins across NASCAR's National Series, and he did it in a fraction of the starts. Then in 2026, he backed it up, going back-to-back at Sonoma for his 8th Cup win, 5 of 6. Let that sink in. That's not a hot streak. That's a bloke operating in a completely different category to everyone else. And in a playoff format built around road courses, a driver like that isn't a luxury. He's a championship cheat code. Now, you tell me if you're Michael Jordan, building a dynasty, and there's exactly one cheat code on the market, how badly do you want it? But here's where it gets crazy. SVG doesn't belong to Jordan. He belongs to Justin Marks, the owner of Trackhouse Racing. And Marks isn't just fond of the Kiwi. He's on record calling him the best stock car road course racer I've ever seen. Marks even admitted Trackhouse might not be a 3-car team today if SVG's shock 2023 Chicago win never happened. Think about what that means. SVG isn't a driver at Trackhouse. He's practically the foundation the modern team is built on, the face of the brand. The reason sponsors ring the phone, lose him, and you don't just lose a car, you lose your identity. So this is the war, mate. On one side, Justin Marks, the bloke who gambled everything on a Supercars champion nobody in America believed in and got rewarded with the best road racer in the sport. On the other side, Michael Jordan, a man with unlimited resources, a chip on his shoulder, and a burning need for the one thing Marks already owns. This isn't a normal contract situation. This is 2 of the most ambitious men in motorsport eyeing the same irreplaceable asset. And the contract, it runs through at least 2027. Every negotiation, every silence, every unsigned option, year between now and then, is a move in a chess game for the future of the sport. Quick pause because this next part is the good stuff, and I need to say something first. Around 75% of you watching right now aren't subscribed. And I get it, but here's the deal. The big American NASCAR channels won't touch a story like this from your angle, the Kiwi angle, the Aussie angle, the outsider versus the establishment angle. They cover the Fords and Chevys of Charlotte We decode the stuff that actually matters to fans down under the contracts, the politics, the numbers no one else connects. So if you want the insider breakdowns on SVG and the road course revolution before the mainstream even wakes up, hit subscribe. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and you'll be part of the sharpest NASCAR community outside the States. Right back to the war. Now, you might be wondering, why does 2027 specifically matter so much? Why not now? Because the rules are shifting under everyone's feet. For 2026, NASCAR shook up the technical rule book, moving 5 more tracks, including Bristol, onto the short track and road course aero package. And massively, NASCAR brought back the chase-style championship format across all 3 national series. More road course-flavored racing. More emphasis on tracks where SVG is untouchable. The sport is quietly bending toward his skill set. And that's the strategic bomb here. Every rule change that adds road course weight to the championship makes SVG more valuable, not just to Trackhouse, but to anyone chasing a title, Michael Jordan included. Now picture the flashpoints. Chicago, the street course where the SVG legend was born in 2023. First ever Cup start, first ever win. Watkins Glen, where he's led Trackhouse home. Sonoma, back-to-back winner. These aren't just races anymore. From 2026 into 2027, every single one becomes a live audition. Every dominant road course win SVG puts on the board is another 0 added to his price tag, and another sleepless night for whichever owner doesn't have him locked down. Here's the tension no one's saying out loud. The better SVG performs, the harder it becomes for Trackhouse to keep him, and the more desperate a heavyweight like Jordan becomes to land him. Success is the very thing that could tear this partnership apart. So let's bring it all home. What's the actual choice on the table for Shane van Gisbergen? Option 1, loyalty. Stay with Justin Marks, the man who believed first, who built a team around him, who calls him the best he's ever seen. Comfort, family. The place that made him a star in America. Option 2, the gamble. Answer the call for Michael Jordan. Bigger money, a bigger brand, an owner who does not accept second place, and a machine built specifically to win championships. The chance to be the crown jewel of a global icon's dynasty. That's the 2027 ultimatum. Loyalty versus legacy. The man who made you versus the man who could immortalize you. And here's your final curiosity gap, mate, the one that keeps me up at night. What happens if SVG says no to Michael Jordan? Because Jordan historically does not take no for an answer. Does Trackhouse pay whatever it takes and start a spending war they can't afford? Does another team swoop in while the Giants are distracted? Or does SVG do the most Kiwi thing possible, stay loyal, and win a title for the little team that took the punt on him? Nobody knows yet, but the pieces are all on the board. All right, over to you, because this one's genuinely a coin flip, and I want the real fans to weigh in. Should SVG stay loyal to Justin Marks and Trackhouse, the team that believed in him when no one else would? Or should he take the Jordan gamble, chase the money and the dynasty, and roll the dice on immortality? Drop your call in the comments. Loyalty or gamble? I read every single one, and I'll feature the best arguments in the next video. And listen, we are this close to our next subscriber milestone. If you want more insider NASCAR decoded from the Aussie and Kiwi perspective, the stuff the American channels will never give you, smash that subscribe button and help us get there. Let's build the biggest NASCAR nation outside the States. I'm out. Catch you at the Glen.